should be good. My sound should be pretty good. Hopefully, the actual video actually goes through pretty well. Let's see. All right. It got me looking a little crooked. I don't know why it's so crooked. Let me see if I can try to like. Maybe this be less crooked. Maybe. A little crooked. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi. Maybe my Wi-Fi is what's kind of messing me up. But anyway, if it's all going through, let me know if this is actually going through good, that I sound good and that my stuff is good, because I can't really tell. I really can't tell. But I'm gonna go and just put it right there so that way I kind of know. But so anyway, so I've been reading more of this Shadow Slave, and I like it so far. It's kind of what I said. I like it so far. It's definitely different from what I was kind of expecting. So I guess I'll get to some of the part that I remember, because I went to episode 32, and I've been listening to it on the whatchamacallit app. What the hell is this app called? I can't even remember what this app is called. Let me see what this app is called. Oh, the Pocket FM. I'm reading on the Pocket FM app, and it was interesting how it started with sleep and going to the dream world sort of thing, right? And I really didn't know what to make about his character at first, because his character in the beginning, I was really just confused, because I'm just like, okay, I don't really know what his motivation is, you know, because when I was seeing, like, I think it was Gregory or whatever, so it was like Gregory, and then it was like the you know, the other like magical guy, or I guess he used to be like a prince or a king or something like that. He used to be royalty, and he said he committed some heinous crimes or whatever. It was him, and then it was the other dude who treated him like shit. But I remember I was kind of confused as to like why he had so much disdain towards Gregory, because like, yeah, he was a slave driver, but like he was the one that gave him water at first, you know. He tried to give him water at first, and then after he was trying to give him water, you know, the other slave driver was like, no, you don't want to do that. They're slaves, blah blah. And then after that, he went and saw what he was doing, trying to keep himself alive, and gave him the keys to the cuffs so that way he could escape. And then after that, like, he was basically helping him the entire time. And he, oh yeah, I'm gonna after, you know, I see the first slave driver dies, and I was just kind of confused, because I'm just like, why does he have a problem with him? Like, he's been doing nothing but trying to help him, trying to give him water, gave him the keys to release him from the cuffs and stuff. And so that was a little bit strange. I didn't really expect it to turn out the way that it did. Like, I didn't expect for him to overall end up being, you know, selfish and immoral, and just basically, I'm a kill you. Like, I kind of expected for him to be like, when they had canceled that whole scene where it was they went up to they was climbing up the mountain hill, whatever the hell it was, and then the one guy already died. He fell down and he already died. His body got eaten by the mountain thing. I'm still trying to get used to some of these names. And then you got so you got Sonny, you got Gregory, and then you got the other then the other guy was like, oh yeah, you smell like blood, and you got blood all over you, and so it's tracking you by smell, and so we need to kill him and make him bleed so that way we can save ourselves. I kind of expected for the Gregory guy, I think his name is Gregory, right? I expected him to be like, oh, okay, we're not gonna go and bleed him, we're gonna go and bleed you because I know who you are. So I did that, and I'm just like, oh, cool. And then once he did all that, and he just, you know, murked him, he was screaming and shit, and then they went to go camp for the night. What I didn't expect is for him to be like, oh yeah, I was gonna kill you in your sleep to make it easy. And I'm just like, kill you in your sleep? Like, what the hell is going on? Like, you've been trying to help. And then his reasoning was just like, oh, I gotta stay alive because I got, you know, my work isn't finished, or there's other things I need to do, or something like that. And I'm just like, how is he preventing you from being able to do what it is that you want to do? To be able to leave, travel, get away, whatever you want to do. And I'm just like, this shit don't make any sense. And then he comes out and says, oh, it's you don't deserve to die by a monster. You don't deserve to like suffer and die by a monster. So I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna make it quick because that's the mercy that you deserve. And I'm listening to this shit, and I'm just like, what? Like what? What the fuck? So he can't even get to decide how he wants to die. Like, if he wants to die fighting, or, you know, have his life be in his own hands, but no, he's gotta be, no, you're gonna. And I'm just like, that shit took me. I'm just like, that shit don't make no sense. And so I'm just like, okay, yeah, this guy is free. Like, you don't have type of control. Oh, I'm responsible for you. Oh, okay, like, what does that even mean? Like, it was crazy. So I didn't expect that. I did expect the poisoning of the water though. I thought it was curious. I'm just like, okay, everybody's all sick and their skin's all like, he must have tainted the water because he went to go get water or something like that. I wasn't surprised at the water situation. But then after the water situation, I was surprised that he wasn't really affected by it. So that was a little bit shocking. He wasn't really affected by it. And kind of explained what he was doing. Like, I didn't trust you from the get-go. And I'm just like, okay, cool. He's not trustworthy. Oh, he doesn't really trust people that well. And so yeah, after he had found he wasn't really trustworthy, and he hit the water with the blood, and you know, it wasn't really affecting him that much. So he hit him with the one strike. And then once he realized the tainted water wasn't really affecting him like that, him getting the bell and then ringing it, that made sense to me. But then after, why Gregory? I think his name's Gregory. I got it right. I'm still not 100% sure though. But I don't know why he kept to him. I mean, he just talking and talking and talking and talking. And I'm just like, why is he talking to him all this time after he rang the bell? Like, you're ringing the bell, the shit's loud. Obviously, he's trying to attract the mind. Answer me, answer me. I'm just like, yeah, he just buying him time so that way he can get killed and he can get away. So then he get murked. Sonny's able to get away. And then what in the hell kind of, is that a bird running like this? I've never seen a bird. What in the hell kind of bird is that? I mean, running like a fucking raptor. That is interesting. Anyways, I wish I could show you the bird, but that bird was like literally running like one of the little small like dinosaur raptors, like just running around across the ground. That was crazy. But spitting the blood on a little altar, him getting the blessing ended up being used to kill the mountain beast or whatever, the awakened mountain beast. What I thought was really interesting was after he got his awards and shit, I still don't know all the levels of everything, right? The divine, you know, all that shit, like the different ranks. So after he got his his achievements and stuff, and then he got his what is it called, the aspect or something like that. Them saying that his flaw was going to be that he has to be honest and he can't lie. So I'm thinking of like, okay, Jim Carrey, yes man. That's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, this is Jim Carrey, yes man. You can't lie. So I was wondering like how they was going to do it. So was it going to be like, okay, he can't lie in the sense of like anything that he says to someone else, it can't be a lie. And I thought it was going to just be like, oh, he can he don't have to talk. But if somebody or something like that, then if he's going to respond to it, he has to be silent. But I thought that, okay, the easiest way for you to resolve this is just don't respond, don't say anything, and therefore you don't have to worry about revealing any secrets or any truths or anything. No, that's not how they did it in this story. They ended up, and he is compelled to say something, and it has to be true. So I thought that was way tough, like a way more difficult of a situation on that part, because now he's been, so now you can't just ask someone a question and you can just keep silent. You ask him a question and he has to respond. And so I'm thinking, okay, someone asks him a question and he feels the pressure in his head, and if he doesn't say something, the pressure just gets to the point where it's going to be unbearable and he has to say something. So I thought that they made it a lot more difficult of a flaw with him being able to tell the truth by forcing him to being able to speak. But then my thought was this then, okay, if he's forced to speak, then why can't he just, as soon as somebody asks him a question, just run away? Just like, if they ask some secret or whatever, just run away and get away so that way he doesn't have to respond. So we haven't had that scenario happen yet, so I don't know if that's actually something that you can actually do, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. Let me see. So yeah, so I don't know if that's what he can do yet. So we still gotta wait to find out for that. Another thing I was thinking of to try to solve the whole him not being able to lie thing is that maybe he can find a mask or a device that can like silence his voice, so that way when someone's asking him something and he doesn't really want to respond to it, or he doesn't want to respond to it at all, and he's gonna be forced to say something, he can have some sort of mask or device that will like mute his voice where they can't hear him. So he can be saying something, but they won't be able to know what he's saying. So I think that that's a good alternative. So running away is one alternative, and then being able to like mute his voice or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of like device he can buy or get or something like that. Maybe it's a mask he can wear over his face to where it can silence him and can nobody hear what he's saying or something like that. So I think there's some clever ways you can do to kind of alleviate the whole not being able to lie thing. But after all that shit, he meets the one girl, the one chick, what's her name, Jet, called Master Jet, and you know, telling the truth to her about how, you know, she's beautiful and all this other stuff, and then she gives him the recommendations when he goes to the academy. What I really did actually was that they didn't spend too much time on the academy part. Like I thought that when he was doing the 4 weeks of the academy, I thought they was gonna spend like a lot of time like him talking, getting to know. But no, he ain't trying to talk to nobody and get to know nobody. He just basically there to, he goes to his survival class, and then the one blind chick, he said a couple things to her, but that was it. And he ruined his reputation by lying to everybody about something that was actually true, but it was so far-fetched that nobody's gonna willing to believe it. And so now they just think he's a liar, and then they also think he's a perv because apparently he's been talking about how he would rather see them, you know, without clothes on and shit. I'm just like, okay, that's kind of funny. But yeah, so that was interesting. The one royalty chick, what's her name? Naverta, whatever. I'll forget her name. I can't remember all these names and shit yet. But she's interesting. She's just kind of chilling with her headphones on. I'm just like, okay, cool. But then she's chilling with her headphones. She's just like not taking anything serious about. I guess they're called what? I forget some of these names already. They're called legacies or something like that. The people who are already like trained from their families to be able to get awakened and stuff like that. So she's like the last generation. I'm really how was so powerful. Her mom was so powerful. Grandfather was powerful. How the hell did they all get killed? And how is she the last one? Did they just not have any kids or like that? I'm curious to know how they're going to explain that. But then, you know, he gets this cool ability with the whole being able to manipulate his shadow, send his shadow on, like, you know, missions and, you know, being undercover operatives and, you know, listening to people and stuff like that. I thought that was cool. And then the fact that he figured out how to wrap his shadow body to increase his, like, physical prowess. It doubles everything. So he went from punching the one thing and getting a 9. Wrapped the shadow around his fist, and he ended up getting 18. So I thought that was cool. So he got some way to be able to defend himself, you know, because he ain't got no weapon or anything like that. So he's got some way to be able to defend himself and not just try to like run away or hide or anything. So that's interesting. But yeah, so far I'm interested. The character, the main character, Sonny, he's okay for the most part. I'm gonna say he's okay. I'm really kind of curious to see like how he's going to be interacting with other people. That's kind of what I want to know more about, because he's not going to be just alone. So I want to know like how he's going to interact with other people, like besides the whole line stuff, like how will he interact with them as far as like when, you know, shit hits the fan. Is he going to be protective of other people? Is he going to only look out for himself? How much is he going to show off? If he's going to just hide a lot of his abilities and let people die, you know, trying to protect his secrets and stuff like that. So I'm really curious to like what he's gonna do as far as like his character when it comes to dealing with other people. I'm curious to see like how he's gonna handle the blind, because I don't think she's gonna just die and they not meet up. I think they're gonna meet up at some point. So yeah, so I'm curious about that. But so far I've been finding it to be pretty solid. Pretty solid is what I would say. I know Lebo keeps talking about the world building, and the world building is so excellent. And I just hope that it's not going to be too crazy and too complicated, because you don't want to introduce too many characters to where you can't really flesh them out all that much. I wonder, it's just like, I don't know what's wrong with that. I hope it's not too many characters to where you can't flesh them out and really give them an opportunity to kind of develop, and it's just like so much stuff going on and it's hard to keep track of. I hope it's not too convoluted, but it seems like we're slowly starting to learn things. I still don't know about all the systems and the divine, and I know that there's the sleeper, so he's like a sleeper, and then after they survive their second nightmare, then they become like the ascended or awakened, whatever the hell it's called, and then he ended up being a master, and then after a master and you finish your third, you finish your third nightmare, you end up being like a spirit. Or a saint, not a spirit, a saint. You end up being a saint or something like that. And then that's when you can go in and out of the dream world, and you can take people with you. I don't know how that works. So I know how that stuff works, but I don't know how like the whole categorization of like the powers and abilities. I still haven't, you know, gotten all that in order. I just like he has a divine aspect, which is like the highest you can get. So we'll see how that goes, but so far I'm enjoying it. And I'm gonna continue reading it at least until I get to chapter 50, and then I gotta like I'm gonna try to unlock some stuff before before I even try to go towards YouTube, because I was looking at that Pocket FM app, and it gets pretty expensive once you start buying those coins. And so I don't think I'm gonna buy any more coins. I bought like I bought like a $1 coin offer thing they had to get like 400 coins. So I'm not gonna buy any more. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But so far it's been cool, and I'm gonna continue reading it and stuff, and we'll see how it goes from here. But yeah, that's it. I wasn't gonna be on here super long. I mostly just kind of want to know what you guys think about the up. So I got a GoPro. I got it mounted on the window, but it won't let me do vertical because camera has to be vertical. So it's not. I don't know. It's really difficult to try to get it straight. A really wide lens, and I didn't really want it to be wide like that, but It is what it is. How it's set up. But yeah, let me know if my audio is good. I did some testing and it seems like my audio was fine. I just I got the truck started. It's hot as hell out here. It's like 110 degrees. And so I'm hoping that the actual truck isn't so much louder to where I can't really be heard. I did some testing and it seemed like it sounded pretty good. So I guess just leave a comment and let me know if the audio is not so great. I'm gonna look at the video too, try to see how the audio sounds. But yeah, that's it. I guess just let me know what you think about the chapter, or not the chapter. Shit, I'm not even fucking reading chapters. I'm getting confused. What do you think about the story? And I don't know. Any thoughts or opinions or whatever about the story? Or maybe there's some disagreements, or maybe you can clear some things up with what I've already learned so far, and not get into spoiler territory. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate if you guys liked the video. Give me some likes so I can push it out there, and subscribe if you're into the slave story, because I'm gonna keep making videos at least a couple more times until I get, like, I don't know how far in the chapters I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna at least make a couple more videos talking about more chapters I've been reading. So you can look forward to that. But that's it. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. It's fucking 110 degrees and it's like oven outside. So wish me luck with dealing with